So this is kind of hard for me to stand up in front of everyone, so you're not the only one that will be a little nervous up here. And yes, thank you. Yes, I can move the mic. Is that better? Okay. I am so appreciative of all the parents in my class. Your kids are amazing, and it's because you guys are amazing. So I really mean it. We're going to start with Asha, so come on up. It's been a great opportunity to get to be a part of this class this year and work with these great souls. Do you want to step on the box? You can. So Asha has won the award for an open heart. Asha sees the world through her heart. She is a true artist and is not caught by the way most people see things. In the past, she's won awards for determination and perseverance and hardworking, likely because she doesn't let her mind get in her way, like most people. When she sets her heart to something, when she feels a sense of connection and joy, whether it's math or reading or problem solving or journaling, there is no stopping her. She sees the world through the eyes of her heart, and her ability to feel deeply, though sometimes challenging, also challenges those of us around her to open our hearts and remember what's most important: love. I have literally a stack of cards from Asha, and every single one says, "I love you so much," right? And it's not just me. I think everybody in the class has at least one card from Asha that says the same thing. And sometimes we get a class card. "Dear class, I love you so much." And it's not just the words. Her drawings are beautiful. One time we were cleaning out our desks and I commented on her markers. It was just overflowing. And I said, "Do you really need 4 orange markers? Like, it's a little bit much." But I realized when I looked closer that each one was a slightly different shade of orange. And this is the way that Asha sees the world. Every single color and every person and every little scrap and everything has beauty and meaning. And because she's seeing from her open heart, and it's an inspiration to have her in our lives. So, for an open heart. For me? Thank you. See? Okay, Ezekiel. So Ezekiel is winning the award for courage. Ezekiel is very courageous when it comes to moving. He loves to do parkour, which is basically jumping around on things. This comes naturally. So naturally, I sometimes see him jumping over his desk in class or balancing on his chair at unnatural angles. But his courage has gone beyond physical accomplishments. He's been courageous in opening his heart more and talking with others about how he's feeling, which is a very hard thing for many of us. Recently, when working on a project with a partner, he was getting very frustrated, but instead of walking away, he asked for help and didn't give up and was willing to communicate with his partner. And even though things didn't change right away, they both persisted in working together and finishing the project. A few groups struggled to work together on this particular project, and when I asked how they felt afterwards, Ezekiel was the first to speak up and say that he was glad he didn't give up, that he felt better having finished the project than if he had given up. That takes courage, to persist when things are difficult and when things aren't going your way, and to be willing to express yourself and to learn and grow from the experience. So for your courage, congratulations. Henry? Exhibit A. So this year, Henry is getting the award for selfless leadership. There are many qualities that Henry possesses. He is someone that we all look up to and admire for his calmness and kindness in all circumstances and with all people. He is endlessly patient and always thinking of others. He has grown in his ability to speak up for himself and for others, always looking to create harmony for the group, not just looking to get what he wants, which is a very difficult thing at this age. Working with others, well, really at any age, working with others is not always easy, and there can be different points of view or sometimes an unwillingness to do what is asked. Henry is persistent and creative in finding a way to help others work together and encouraging others even when they're feeling less than willing. When working with a partner that was getting stuck and wanting to have their own way, rather than follow directions, Henry never once thought of himself or what he wanted. He persisted in trying to find a way to get the work done together. He decided to create some choices for the other student, and it quickly turned around this unwillingness, which is an incredibly creative solution that many of us as EFL teachers use. But to see a student do that without any prompting from me was just incredible. You'll be a good future EFL teacher. But more than anything that he says to anyone, he leads by example. And through his sensitive attunement to and consideration for the needs of others, Henry has really stepped into a leadership role. And so he receives this award for selfless leadership. Thank you, Henry. Jasper. So Jasper is winning the award for choosing the light. Jasper has an inner sweetness and light that is starting to shine more and more. And this is what I want to focus on, because what we focus on, we get more of. There have been many times when he has done something kind or helpful without even being asked, which shows he is opening more to the light within him. One day, when everyone had started running up to the classroom after recess, he started to pick up people's things that they had left behind and brought them up for people without even being asked. He's good friends with Virginia, but he will often make room at a table or in circle for Asha because he knows that Virginia will want to sit next to her. Each day, I'm noticing and appreciating the small choices that Jasper makes to let the light and sweetness inside him grow, being more helpful, more cheerful, and kinder than necessary when it's not expected. This is how the light grows. While it's not always easy to choose the light, I've noticed Jasper is growing in his willingness to make better choices and is becoming more open to learning from his mistakes and choosing the light. Leland. Where is Leland? Leland. It's for you. Come on up. You don't want to stand up? Okay. So Leland is winning the award for enthusiasm for learning, which I love what Narani said about explosion of learning, because it's a very similar experience. Leland has become an extremely enthusiastic learner. When I first started working with him as a tutor, I could tell he was very bright and capable, but sometimes his won't power got in the way of his will power, which is something that can happen to all of us. However, in the last few months, I have seen an explosion in his enthusiasm for learning and his growth as a student. He is able to stay focused on his work. Once he understands, he has been able to work independently on much of his math work. He writes hilarious stories in his journal, staying focused without getting stuck on spelling or being distracted by what others are doing. The best part is his enthusiasm is also contagious. He is always thinking of new ways to connect and explore what we are learning. I love the way his mind works and his bright ideas. A few weeks ago, when I introduced a song that had some sign language to go along with it, we got into a conversation about American Sign Language, and Leland had a brilliant idea for us to get into pairs and try talking to each other without using our voice. And so his enthusiasm just carried us all along, and we tried it out, and we all really enjoyed it. Wasn't what I planned at all, but his enthusiasm for learning just carries us all along with him. It is such a joyful, spontaneous, inspired idea that we all enjoyed, and I appreciate his enthusiasm, and I hope it continues to grow. Thank you. Luke. Box is optional. Okay. So Luke is winning the award for energy awareness, which is a pretty subtle thing, but pretty important at our school. Luke has a unique way of seeing the world, and it's really incredible to get to enter his world and try to see things from his perspective. This unique way of seeing things, combined with his intuitive nature, means that he is often the first to notice the subtler things that others miss. In our school, we talk about and practice how to work with energy so we can really be our best selves, because when the energy's flowing, everything works. So one of the jobs in our classroom is to be the energy monitor. And each week, someone gets to be in charge of ringing a little chime whenever they notice that the energy is a little off, maybe a little chaotic or loud. And it's our signal to pause and take 3 breaths before continuing. So of course, most people love to ring the bell. And I would often have to remind people when was the right time to ring it and how loudly to ring it, of course. But Luke always seemed to know just the right time and just the right way to ring the bell, even before I realized it. So during the week that he was the energy monitor, whenever the bell rang, it was like a gentle reminder to return to peace. And this is Luke's gift, not only being aware, but sharing it in a kind and gentle way that benefits us all. I am personally so grateful for his presence and his way of reminding us of what's really important. So, Lukaya. This is really fun, by the way, guys. Yes. I think you're as tall as me now. Nice. Okay. So Lukaya is winning the award for willingness this year. Lukaya in the past has won awards for determination and perseverance and can easily accomplish whatever he sets his mind to. This year, though, his determined energy has matured to include a growing sense of perspective and flexibility. He has developed discrimination in how to control and direct his determination. He has deepened in his ability to recognize what's really important and what he really wants and make wiser choices accordingly. He has grown to be a helpful leader in our class as one of our 2 third graders. Recently, we completed a building challenge using paper towel and toilet paper rolls to create a marble run. His energy, enthusiasm, and focus carried his team along to complete their project first. However, it was his willingness to remain open to and include the ideas of others that allowed the whole team to really work together and feel successful. When his determination is combined with openness and willingness to include others, Lukaya has a powerful, positive impact on the world around him. Madrone. So Madrone is winning the award for willpower, which is a little different than willingness. Madrone brings a calm, considerate energy to the class and is able to bring enthusiasm to the things she loves, like painting, reading, drawing, and writing. She's creating an incredible chapter book in her journal. I hope I get to read a few more chapters in the fall. When it came to math time, her energy and enthusiasm was sometimes missing. One of the ways that we learn to work with this lack of energy is to get the body moving. So I suggested that since math was feeling too hard, she could run up and down the hill a few times to awaken her enthusiasm. I know many kids in our class would love that challenge, but Madrone immediately sat up and said, "Do I have to?" And I said, "Well, if math is hard, then running up and down the hill will probably be easy." And she immediately sat up and said, "Nope, this is easy." And as soon as she said it, it was like a light bulb went off and her perspective shifted. She set to work at once and has not struggled since with math. Once she sets her mind to something, whether it's math, a track meet, or playing Pippi Longstocking. Her energy and enthusiasm are unstoppable, and I have seen this again and again this year. So congratulations on using your willpower. Virginia, last one. Virginia's award is for choosing happiness. Virginia is very sensitive and introspective and is always considering all sides of a situation. And so she is naturally able to see that there is a bright side or a positive solution to almost every situation. She is able to see things from many different perspectives and often will speak up to share alternative ways of seeing things. For example, when someone is upset about not getting the partner they expected or the marker they wanted, Virginia is the first to chime in and remind them that they don't have to be upset. They can just choose another one, or maybe they will get it next time. It is so easy to have friends that are willing to commiserate with us and say, oh, that's too bad, I'm sorry. But to have a friend that reminds us to see the bright side is very valuable. Recently, when she was feeling upset and sitting out of Move with Joy, Kiara proposed that her bad mood was like carrying around a heavy box of books, and she could choose to continue carrying it or put it down. Right away, Virginia got it. She saw that she had a choice and decided to rejoin the group and have fun. And more than that, the next day, she even shared what she had learned with another student who was being weighed down by a heavy mood. Virginia has really strengthened this quality in herself and shared her light with those around her and reminded us that we can all choose happiness.